How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Gundam card game video here on Red Zone Rogue. Oh, today we have a really exciting one because yesterday a ton of news dropped for the Gundam card game. We have a ton of new spoilers and cards to talk about. We have a brand new starter deck type, not just a brand new starter deck, we have a lot of those, but we have a brand new product type that has like additional bonus cards and stuff. We'll talk all about it, as well as some information about that really cool Gundam Wing drop. There's going to be another one actually today. So let's not beat around the bush too much. Let's go ahead and jump into our overlay. We have a lot to talk about, a lot of incredibly exciting news. And hey, you know what? As we do this, if you like the video, if you like the Gundam card game content, maybe leave a like and subscribe and all that good stuff. All right, let's do this. All right, so we just have our little starting page here. We're actually just going to jump immediately to the official Gundam card game social media account on X. This is news regarding the Gundam card game premium accessory. This is the Gundam Wing accessory, and here we have the full reveal of everything that comes in it, and I could not be more excited. Look at all this really cool stuff. What you get in this product is you actually get 2 copies of each of these cards. We get your Hero Yui and your Show of Resolve. And you also get 1 of each of these resources featuring your boys, the Operation Meteor team from Mobile Suit Gundam Wing. You also get this playmat. You also get some sleeves. You also get this deck box, as well as this 30th anniversary thingy and this like card storage holder. Pretty good stuff. I actually was fortunate enough to be able to buy 2 of these, which is the maximum allotted amount on the first go around. But more importantly, if you missed that, because they did sell out very quickly, if you missed that, well, you have another shot on September 1st at 11 JST. That's actually today. The 31st. So this is in JST time. In North American time, that's today. And I do believe it's around, is it like 10 p.m. or yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern time? I think that's the case. So that's the same time that it happened the last time, which was for me on the West Coast, Pacific time. I think it was at 7 p.m. So yeah. You're definitely not gonna want to miss this. If this is something you're interested in, it's very cool. And I will note, once again, I was able to get this. Looks like the site's not up yet. I was actually able to get this on the first go around. And what I did is I set my alarm for 5 minutes before the allotted time, and then I just, pulled the page up on my phone and I just refreshed it as we got closer. Make sure you're logged into your Premium Bandai account, because you can only purchase this through Premium Bandai. You're only allotted 2, and I have heard that as long as you put it in your cart, it kind of like pseudo reserves it for you until you make the purchase. So just slap it in your cart as fast as possible is going to be my recommendation. I would also try to purchase it as fast as possible. Is exactly what I did. I used PayPal because that was the quickest way to purchase. So I'm just like click, yes, bye. Because hey, I really wanted this. This is a Gundam Wing thing, for personal use. Getting 2 of these gets you a full playset of each of these 2 cards, right? Because you get 2 per product, and I do believe the product was like 90. I tried to pull it up, but I think it was like close to $90 or something like that. It's just a nice little fun thing. You don't need to get it. There's no functionally mechanically exclusive stuff here. It's all like just fun alternate art. And since I got 2, I don't think I'll need 2 playmats, so I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with my extra playmat. Well, when we get these in next year, which is when they actually launch, I'll figure out something to do with this playmat. Maybe we'll give it away. Maybe we'll have it as a prize for something. I don't know. But I don't need 2 playmats. But I am going to be keeping all the rest for myself for personal use, obviously. Also, it says another product run is under consideration with updates planned around October, which is really cool. So they realized that it sold out fast. They realized that there's a demand, and they're doing things for it. So yeah, good job, Bandai. All right, yeah, this is super cool. So that's the first bit of news. Next up, we have the revelation of some exclusive matte sleeves that will be available at regional championships, which are coming up very, very soon. Each one has 70 sleeves per pack, and I think these look great, to be honest. I don't know if I'm going to be going to any regionals. That's something a lot of people have been asking me, if I'm going to some of these regionals. If you don't know, typically for events, and I used to play in a lot of competitive tournaments back in my day. Played, if you know anything about Magic the Gathering, I played in the old Super Series and Junior Super Series, played competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! But these days I find myself more behind the camera. When I attend events, I'm usually there as a shoutcaster. Folks out there might recognize me from shoutcasting the Flesh and Blood Pro Tour a few years ago, multiple callings. More recently, I have shoutcasted the World Championships for both Grand Archive and Shadowverse Evolve. So I'm usually on the other side of things. I'm usually shoutcasting and not playing. For this, I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I don't know if I'm going to be shoutcasting any Gundam card game events, but I don't know that I'm not, and I don't know if I'm going to be attending. So the answer is maybe. Maybe. I would like to go. So we'll see. These sleeves, by the way, I like them all. So we have Char Asimov, Vis Foundation, Tekkadan, and Pomeranians. Obviously from UC. This is technically from UC, but it's specifically from Unicorn. This is from Iron-Blooded Orphans, and this is from G Quarks. G Quarks? Yes. I like all these, actually. The Char Asimov ones being my favorites, but yeah, these are all really cool. I'd be happy to get any of these, and I think $9 is pretty good for a pack of sleeves. I imagine these will go pretty quickly, but they're only at regionals, so hey, maybe they'll have some to spare. So pretty cool. Next up, we have the collaboration announcement with the Gundam Eternal G Generation. These are all like SD Gundams, which mean basically super deformed. They're the Gundams that look like chibi. They have the big heads and stuff. These are all EX bases. These are all like, you get these in the collaboration packs. Where you can get the collaboration packs? Well, at store tournaments. So they're pricing for store tournaments, and yeah, pretty cool. I like that they're doing even more prize support and even more promos. Great. That's excellent. Any trading card game out there, who's doing the whole TCG thing, you got to have good price support, and I think this is really cool. And I think these are cute. I like these. And getting EX bases is great. You can kind of theme these according to what your deck is, right? So if you're running kind of like a unicorn themed deck, you can get the unicorn. If you got your 1 Year War, or if you got any other deck that uses Amuro and RX-78-2, you got this one. You have your Ariel. You have your Strike Gundam, or is this the Freedom? I think this might be the Freedom. And then we have your G-Quacks. Yeah, cool stuff. I dig it. All right. Let's get to this really, really exciting one. It's kind of like, and it's not a stealth drop because I just announced it, but they didn't announce too much about this. So they are going to have something called an ultimate deck. Now, an ultimate deck is a pre-constructed deck, like a starter deck, that has 50 cards, but it also has an additional 20 more cards, so you can kind of customize the deck and tailor it to your liking. Other trading card games out there do this, and I think that's great. Like a good example of this would be like Grand Archive with their Recollection decks. This is a little less spicy than a Recollection deck. It doesn't come with like a magnetic deck box and all that kind of, and like Dragon Shield sleeves like the Reco decks do. But this one does come with some original dice, which is pretty cool. Or dice featuring exclusive original designs, which is great. And we do have a little bit of more information about this actually if we dive into the product section on the website, because this is actually going to be their first ultimate deck. The Destiny Ignition, which is starter deck 9, is going to be an ultimate deck. We can also see that the MSRP here is $40, $39.99. It has a March 27th, 2026 release day. And other than that, we don't know too much about it, except that it is a Gundam Seed Destiny themed deck, which is really cool. And we even have a little bit of artwork here, which is, it looks awesome, to be honest. So, yeah. I'm really excited for this. I like pre-constructed products quite a bit. I think $40 is not too bad if it's a good deck with a lot of different like options and that kind of stuff. This one seems like you do get that little extra bit of sauce here, because you get your 50 card deck, But you also get an extra, it says 22 cards here, interesting. And you also get your 6 dice. And I think this little bit is going to make it, you know, a little bit extra spice. I'm really curious to see what they do here. I'm really curious to see if we get any good reprints or something. You know, I know it sounds right now a little bit early to talk about reprints, but this isn't coming out until March 27th. So this having something like the Ailstrike Gundam LR from the original Starter Deck 4, could be a good thing if they don't reprint Starter Deck 4. So that's just something to think about. Doesn't need to have reprints, but if they put some staples in there, I don't think anyone's going to complain. And then we have some spoilers. All right, so let's get into this and talk about the spoilers. Actually, there's one other thing that I wanted to mention that that I noticed here when we're going over the products, and that is that they have increased the price of the upcoming starter decks. So let's go ahead and I think it's a view more product. Yeah, here we go. So I did notice, kind of checking out the upcoming product. So here is it is $90. I was right. We have some of the stuff that we've already seen and already been announced. I didn't talk about these sleeves, but these sleeves look really good. I like just the regular Gundam back sleeves, and I also like the Haro sleeves too. So I dig this. I also really like the Soletta and Murane, you know, card and playmat package too. But here, anyway, Iron Bloom Starter Deck 5 MSRP is now $16, which is interesting. I wonder if it's just kind of like a, you know, general, you know, increase because of world things that are going on, tariffs and all that kind of stuff. Because we did have the previous starter decks here were, as you can see, $11.99. Well, that's what the MSRP was. These ones, $15.99. So very curious as to why. Maybe it's just kind of like, I don't know. That'd be my guess. A lot of card games are raising prices overall due to tariffs and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just something to note. I just kind of noticed that while going through this, so found it to be interesting. Anyway, let's talk about spoilers. We have a lot of spoilers to talk about. Some of them were just revealed. Some of them are cards that I haven't talked about quite yet, but I'm gonna try to cover all of them. So this one obviously is from the Iron Bloom starter deck, coming out very, very shortly. This is the Gundam Barbatos second form. It's a 2/4, level 4, 2 cost, Tekkadan and Gundam frame with Mikazuki as the link. While this unit is damaged, it gets +2 AP. This seems okay. There's a lot of effects and stuff that let you damage your own units in purple. And yeah, this is kind of like just a big beater, big stat card. I think this is fine. It does have that link, which I think is pretty good, but I can see this maybe here or there as like a couple of, you know, filling in that kind of Rezel kind of role, just as a stat stick. And then also has link, which isn't too bad, but largely probably not a big meta card. Next up, we have a mobile worker. So this is a level 1 cost, 0/2. Activate main. You rest this unit, choose one of your units, deal 1 damage to it, and it gets 1 AP during this turn. So once again, there's a lot of effects and stuff that damage your own units, and you get various effects. And hey, this is one of them. So you can use this to damage your Barbatos, and it'll get an additional +3 attack for the turn, because it'll get 2 from its own effect, and then 1 from this, which I think is okay. It'll be interesting to see how this deck really functions once it's out, because I mean, the big drawback of damaging your own stuff is, hey, your opponent can kill it a lot easier, you know, with their Kshatriyas, Marita Cruises, with all of their little incidental ping damage here or there. So it'll be really interesting to see how it pairs up with that kind of stuff. I imagine actually not as bad as you would think, because we have seen some Reanimator style stuff, which I'm excited about. We'll talk about the Reanimator stuff very shortly. Next up, we have, this one's from the booster set, level 2, 2 cost, 2/2. That's all it is. But it is a Earth Federation and white-based team. This is the core booster. And it links with any white-based team trait. So this is interesting. For those like white-based style decks, this could find a spot. It's efficient-ish. Cost 2 though, but it has all of these like traits. So maybe. This is a big maybe. Next up, we have another Gundam Heavy Arms, level 4, 3 cost, 3/4, decent-ish stats. This is an uncommon. Linked with any Operation Meteor pilot, which is actually pretty good for your wing, you know, Wing Gundam style decks, because you're going to be running a lot of Operation Meteor pilots. And on deploy, look at the top card of your deck. You can return it to the top or bottom of your deck. A little bit of card selection. I think this is fine. Yeah, this is fine. You play this on turn... Actually, this is a big chunk. Actually, I was going to say you can play this on turn 4, link it with Hero Yui. And you can do that, and it would get the full link bonus from Hero Yui, because this one, it does actually link. So it will get the full... they'll make it a 6/6. It's pretty good stats, actually. Because Hero Yui will give it a +3/+2. And not too bad. I don't know. I don't foresee this being too crazy, but maybe. Next up, we have Fatal Strike. I really like this card. This is a level 4 2-cost command card. On burst, choose an enemy unit and deal 1 damage to it. So it's like a little mini Battle of Aces burst, little mini close combat burst. Or just on main phase, choose an enemy unit that's level 3 or lower and destroy it. So pretty good. It is a level 4 card, but it only costs 2 to play. It's slow, but I don't hate it, and I like to see more hard removal in the Gundam card game. So I think this card might find a place in various purple decks. I'm not sure yet if it's going to be a staple. I have to see how many level 3 or lower cards are relevant, but right now, I mean, this blows up like Lifrith, anything in like the 1-year war deck almost, all of the Sharazakus and all that kind of stuff. But we'll have to see going forward. Not the best removal, but not too bad either, and having a burst effect is always good. Next up, we have the Greys. This Gjallarhorn trait from IBO. Level 2, 1-cost 2/2. That's it. Yeah, sure. Getting more of these? Yeah, sure. It looks cool. And that's about that. This is going to be in the starter deck. If you want more level 2, 1-costs, here's more. There's going to be a ton of them. We're going to get them in every flavor, basically. Next up, we have a Zaku 3 sleeves. This is a level 3 cost 2 4/1, and it actually links with any Neo Zeon pilot. So, like Marita Cruz, for example, making this into like a 6/2 that pings, which is kind of cool. I would like this more if there wasn't so many pingers right now. This is so vulnerable. You play this and it just dies to like a stiff breeze. It's a risky card. I'm not sure about this one. And by that, I mean, like, I'm not sure you should play this one. Next up, we have a Buster Gundam. This one is a level 4 3-cost 4/3 coordinator trait link, which is great. I love these kind of more generic links instead of pilot name specific. It has 5 or more AP. It gains blocker. So it's not actually too hard to give this blocker, because just link it with any pilot, basically. Or just pair it with any pilot. And there's all those other ways to kind of give it like +1 AP. Sure. I think this is fine. If there was going to be like a triple ship alliance style deck, you might end up running this, but I'm not super sold on it. I think it's okay, but likely not a staple. Next up, we have a Jin long range reconnaissance type. It looks very cool. This one is a level 2 2-cost 1/1, and then on attack, if this unit has 5 or more AP and is attacking enemy unit, draw 1 card. Yo, that's a lot of... You need to pump this by 4. I think this works really well with the Buster. I kind of want this to work, but it might just be terrible. That's where I am with this card. Maybe so I'm already running a pretty big like support Zaft style deck. I might try this in it. Drawing a card is really cool, but I don't know. Maybe. I want to try it. It might be terrible. It might be really cool. Next up, we have With Iron and Blood, level 2 1-cost command, main or action. Choose one of your units, deal 1 damage to it, and it gets, I think this is +3 AP. It's hard to tell because the big old sample is right over it, but I'm pretty sure this is +3 AP. Yeah, it's pretty solid. You trigger your on damage effects, and you also get the AP for the turn. I kind of wish it was like choose any unit, deal 1 damage to it, and it gets +3, so you can actually shoot your opponent's stuff for 1 damage, but yeah, I think this might be good in this style deck. Maybe, I don't know, it might be good in this style deck. It depends on if you need a critical mass of cards that they deal damage to yourself. This one might be a good one. It only costs 1. Next up, we have a Taurus, level 2, 2-cost 3/3 Oz trait, and this unit can't choose the enemy player as its attack target. So it's kind of like a Zawart, sort of. But it's a 3/3, but it doesn't have blocker, but it's a 3/3. I actually like this card a lot. I think this card's really good. Yeah, that's my evaluation of the Taurus. Really good. Likely better in control style decks because it can't attack the enemy player, but really efficient at taking off your opponent's units. I think this is my favorite card that we've seen thus far, though we have some other really cool ones that I like more than this. I think this is really good. I think this is going to be a staple, by the way. Next up, we have Abdul's Maganak, level 3/2 cost 3/3. That's all. But it has the Maganak core trait for Link. So, sure. I guess if you're running a Maganak deck, you'll probably be running this. More stuff for Sandrock to put into play. All right, here we go. Now we have the Gundam Barbatos 4th form. So this is one of the LRs from the Iron Bloom. It's a level 6, 4 cost 4/5. On deploy, choose one of your other units, deal 1 damage to it. It gets 1 AP this turn. And then while this is damaged, it gains suppression, which is really sick. It also has the Tekkadan and Gundam frame traits, and it has the Mikazuki link. This card's sweet, and yeah, I dig it. I dig it quite a bit. Definitely gonna be building like a purple deck, maybe purple red, maybe purple blue. I don't know, but I think it's gonna be really sweet. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Notably, it says choose one of your other units, deal 1 damage to it. So you can't do it on itself. Next up, we have, hey, look, it's Mikazuki. So we have Mika. This is level 4, 1 cost 2/1. Burst, add it to your hand. Has the Tekkadan and the Alea Vinyana, I think is how you say it. I am watching Iron-Blooded Orphans, but Alea Vinyana is not something I say out loud. It's this system that they have, like, basically embedded into their, like, nervous system so they can control the frame mobile suits better, like the Barbatos. Anyway, when paired, choose one of your units and 1 enemy unit, deal 1 damage to them. This is interesting. I think he's pretty good. I don't think he's as good. Well, maybe he is. This is why I want to play this with red, because you can put Mikazuki and like Marita Cruz. I can't remember. I couldn't remember her name. She's like literally one of my favorite characters. So you can put Mikazuki and Marita Cruz in the same deck, and you can go like full burn mode, which I think is going to be very cool. Being able to deal 1 damage to your own units, once again, will be good for various things like dealing damage to the Barbatos to get that suppression effect. So Mikazuki and Marita Cruz going to be great. Next up, we have the Gundam Mark II, the Titans version. So this is from Zeta Gundam. And this is level 4, 3 cost 4/2. And then during pair, level 3 or lower pilot and destroyed, you may discard a unit card. If you do, return the card paired with this unit to your hand so you get your pilot back. Yeah, it's really funny. When I was watching Zeta like a while ago, this is kind of like the Junker Gundam, right? It's like not as good as the Zeta, not as good as the RX-782, because they just kind of like, they're just not as good. And they always just got their, crap kicked in. But yeah, this is the Gundam Mark II it's the Titans version. Titans, spoilers, are not the good guys. Yeah. All right, next up we have the Calamity Gundam. This one is a level 5, 3 cost 3/5, so a more defensive unit here. Once per turn, when this unit's AP is reduced by an enemy unit, choose a rested enemy unit and deal 2 damage to it. Very interesting. It has the Earth Alliance trait and it links with a biological CPU trait. This is an interesting card. It's kind of like specifically like a Silver Bullet versus all of those AP reducing type cards like the Freedom Gundam and Kiriyamato, all that kind of stuff. I think this is solid, but it's a level 5. I'll be interested to see how good this is. Being a 3/5 is actually pretty good too. Having 5 health is kind of a lot in the Gundam card game. So if you have a lot of biological CPU links, this could be pretty solid. Next up, we have the Gundam Age 1 Titus, level 4, 2 cost 2/4. While you are level 7 or higher, it gets plus 2 AP. So it is a 4/4 for 2, but you have to have 7 or higher level. It does have a link with Fit Asano and Earth Federation and Age System traits itself. So yeah, obviously you want to put this in like a ramp deck, right? And if you can ramp up to 7 and drop a couple of these in a single turn, there are 4/4s. Other than that, it's just a 2/4. Once again, maybe just as like a stat stick. Probably not, but possibly. This one looks very cool. This is the Police Zaku from G-Quarks. This is G-Quarks. I want to say Quarks, man. Level 2, 1 cost, 2/3. Very good stats, but it can't choose an enemy player as the attack target that has the side 6 trait. Yeah, this card's super good, super efficient. This is less of an aggro card and more of a mid-range and board control card because it can't attack the enemy player, but it has incredibly good stats. So once again, I think this will be a really good card in like your mid-rangey control-y style decks to combat aggressive decks. You can play this early and you can just smash into their aggressive stuff. I think this card's pretty good. I think this will see play. Next up, we have the Gundam Ashtaron MA mode. And if you don't know what MA means, that is mobile armor. So this is a level 3, 2 cost, 3/2, decent stats here. On deploy, choose one of your new UNE units, or is it UN? Let me know. I have not, this is one series I'm not familiar with. It gains high maneuver this turn, so this is kind of like I forget what it's called. It's kind of like the white base one, right? And this one links with Olba Frost instead of just any like white base pilot. Yeah, I think it's solid. I think being able to give high maneuver to anything I think is really good and largely underrated. This might be one of those underrated cards. However, you do need to be playing it in this sort of deck. So if this sort of deck ends up being decent at all, this will be an include in it for sure. Next up, we have the Daughters, level 1, 1 cost, 1/1. This one just has a support 1. So you activate during main, support 1. I guess? I don't know if I like this. I mean, it's just 1? It's just a 1-drop, though. Probably not. I don't know. It is a... Yeah, maybe. This is a maybe. Next up, we have probably my favorite card that we're going to be revealing today. This is the Gundam X, a level 4, 3 cost, 3/4, and it says, during paired with a Vulture pilot, when it's destroyed, choose one Vulture unit card that's level 5 or lower in your trash, add it to your hand, and this one links with Garrod Ran. Yes, I think this is alluding to the fact that we are going to get graveyard or trash reanimation and interaction effects in the purple color, and oh, I am so excited for that. So this is the card that I'm looking forward to the most, and this is the card that I think might actually have synergy with all of those self-damaging effects, right? So you're doing damage to all of your units, getting various effects, and they're going to be able to be dealt with a lot easier. But if you also have effects like this in the same color that lets you get them back, then that makes a lot of sense and makes it less of a punishing trait. So I like this a lot. I like everything about this. This card's sweet. Give me more reanimation stuff. I want to see it. So yeah, this is my favorite card they revealed so far from this set. Next up, we have Garrod Ran and Tifa Adel. So this is a level 4, 1 cost pilot. First, add it to your hand, +1/+2, and then when paired, you can discard 1. If you do, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal 1 Vulture unit card from among them, add it to your hand, return the remaining cards randomly to the bottom of your deck. I think this card is super good, and I guess it'll depend on how good the Vulture trait is, but this plus the Gundam X that we just looked at that gets Vulture mobile suits or units back from your grave, this is really sweet. This is better than a draw 1. You discard, and you look at the top 3 and you get a Vulture unit. Now, I want to note, you can whiff on this. So you have to discard 1 before you look. And if you whiff, you don't get the card back. So you just discard 1 and don't get anything. So you need to play this in a deck that has a huge critical mass of Vulture units to the point where it's statistically highly unlikely that you actually whiff. Because if you whiff, that's brutal. So you play this in a very, very specific deck. But I think in that deck, it will likely be very good. You will play this sometimes and you will whiff and you'll be very sad, but 90% of the time or higher, you've built your deck in such a way that you are very unlikely to whiff. So, yeah, like a 30 Vulture unit deck, right? Where, 30 out of your 50 cards are that trait, so yeah, or even more. So I like this card. I think it's good. I want to build this deck, I think. And then the last card we're going to talk about, really cool looking mobile suit. We have the Rick Diaz Red, level 3, 3 costs, 4/3 on attack. Choose 1 active friendly base, then you rest it. If you do, choose 1 enemy unit that's level 4 or lower, and it gets -2 AP during this battle. Really, really interesting. I guess it just makes use of your base, so it's kind of like makes your base an additional resource to use, which is kind of interesting. It also is Ayug trait and links with Ayug trait, which is also very, very cool. I'm curious to see who's going to be Ayug in this. Ayug is one of the factions that came up during Zeta. So, yeah. I imagine, like Camille. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they make Camille. Definitely new type. Maybe Ayuk. I don't know. So, yeah. Sweet. I think this card's cool. It's just an uncommon, but I really like where it's going with, you know, turning your base into a resource. So let's go back to me. That's it for today. Thank you all for watching. What are you most excited about? We have the new starter deck type. What are they called? Like the ultimate decks or something like that. We have like Reanimation. We have a lot of like Iron-Blooded Orphan stuff. Gundam is shaping up to have a very, very awesome next couple releases with all the new starter decks and all of the new booster sets that are coming out. I love that they're kind of like planning out many sets ahead so we can kind of see what's in the pipeline. I really dig that. Helps, you know, people be excited without being overwhelmed, because I think they're pacing the sets decently far apart. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you like the Gundam card game content, if you like the channel, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it definitely helps. And yeah, see you next time.